Tomek and the Mysterious Academy. Have you ever dreamed of having extraordinary powers? Tomek had just that, but he didn't always know how to use them. This is the story of how Tomek learned to control his powers and emotions at the Mysterious Academy. One day, Tomek, a 7-year-old boy from a small town, received a mysterious letter. The letter was written on parchment and had a golden seal. When he opened it, he read, "Dear Tomek, you have been chosen to join the Mysterious Academy, where young superheroes learn to control their powers and emotions. Come tomorrow at dawn to the old oak at the edge of the forest. A guide awaits you there. Sincerely, the Academy Director." Tomek couldn't believe his eyes. His heart raced with excitement and uncertainty. Could it be true that he really had powers? And what was this academy? The next day Tomek woke up early and ran to the old oak. There, an elderly man in a long purple robe awaited him. "Welcome, Tomek," said the man. "My name is Professor Zephyr, and I am your guide to the Mysterious Academy." Professor Zephyr took Tomek to the academy, which was hidden deep in the forest. It was a huge magical castle full of mysterious corners and incredible creatures. Tomek was thrilled, yet he also felt a bit lost. On his first day of classes, Tomek met other students who also had extraordinary powers. There were children who could fly, control fire, and even talk to animals. Tomek felt special, but at the same time unsure of his abilities. The power of emotions. In one of the lessons, Professor Zephyr taught about controlling emotions. "Power is like fire," he said. "It can warm and give light, but if it gets out of control, it can burn everything around." Tomek listened intently, but soon found that controlling emotions was not so simple. When things didn't go his way, his powers began to slip out of control. One day, when he failed to complete a task in a fit of anger, he accidentally destroyed part of the classroom. Tomek felt devastated. "I'll never learn to control myself," he said to himself. He felt he had let everyone down, most of all himself. He was convinced he didn't deserve to be at the Mysterious Academy. Professor Zephyr noticed that Tomek was feeling down. "Tomek," he said calmly, "every superhero goes through tough times. What defines us is not our powers, but how we cope with difficulties." One evening, Tomek decided to take a walk in the forest. There he met an elderly woman collecting herbs. "Hello, young superhero," she said with a smile. "I see you're having a hard time." Tomek told her about his problems. The woman listened carefully, then said, "Emotions are like waves. They can be turbulent, but they always pass. The key is learning how to ride them out." With renewed hope in his heart, Tomek returned to the academy. He decided that instead of fighting his emotions, he would try to understand them. He began meditating, practicing deep breathing, and talking about his feelings with friends. Slowly but surely, Tomek began to control his powers. He realized that anger and frustration are natural, but what matters is how we react to them. When things didn't go his way, instead of getting angry, he tried to find a solution and ask for help. After several months, Tomek became one of the best students at the academy. His powers were now under control, and he felt more confident. He knew that true strength doesn't lie in having powers, but in the ability to handle challenges. At the end of the school year, the academy director organized a grand ceremony. "Today we want to honor Tomek," he announced. "Not just for his skills, but for his resilience and ability to learn from his own mistakes." Tomek stood before everyone, his heart full of joy and pride. He knew there was still much ahead of him. but now he was ready to face any challenge. Dear reader, did you notice how Tomek learned to deal with difficult emotions? When things didn't go his way, instead of getting angry, he tried to understand his feelings and find a solution. Do you think you could try doing the same when something upsets you? Remember, each of us has a superhero inside. It's important to learn how to handle difficulties and not be afraid to ask for help. Tomek's powers were extraordinary, but it was his heart and ability to manage his emotions that made him a true hero.